Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. Tonight I have a very special watch to review because this particular piece appeals to two completely different segments of the watch collecting community. What in the world am I talking about? Let me explain. So tonight I'll be reviewing a Firefly field watch, and this watch is special because it isn't a watch. Each component that makes up this watch is sold as an individual product. That way modders can put together the watch that they want. However, if you're not a modder like me, you can purchase this watch as a complete build because there's one member on the team who will make that happen for you. The company that builds these is Cinco Mentes, and I've included a link to their Instagram account in the description below. Be sure to check them out and look at their products because this is amazing. Before I begin, I have to give a shout out to David Schartz for hooking myself and some other reviewers up with the company so that we can review this amazing watch. So up front, you know that I'm biased in favor of this watch. Here is the really cool box that it arrived in. I really like this thing. That is super cool. And let's open it up and look at the watch. Contained within. There it is. This thing is super cool. This watch is totally what you would get if you merged a Marathon G-SAR with a Smith's PRS 29A and maybe a Hamilton khaki field all in one. And this thing just feels like a tank. So this review is going to be a little bit different in that we won't be just looking at the watch as a whole, but we'll be inspecting each component that makes it up because that is what potentially you will be purchasing if you are looking to build or mod a watch yourself. But we'll begin with this strap that they put it on. This thing is really cool. It's a super sturdy canvas, almost like an old army tent, and it is very fitting. It's a single pass, which is great so the watch can sit a little bit closer to your wrist, and it has this great sliding keeper here, which is a really cool touch. And moving on to the lugs, they are not drilled. The lug width is 20 millimeters. They curve down nicely. So this case is available as a standalone part. So I'm told that this particular case design has been tested for water resistance, and it actually maxed out the testing machine, which goes up to 70 meters. So this is probably actually rated for more than that even, which is great for a field watch. We see that everything on the case is brushed. It is nice and utilitarian. I actually like the flat crystal on there. That's pretty cool. It just makes it feel more tooly. So as much as I love box crystals, it's kind of nice having something a little different. The crown is also brushed, and it's a nice size for this case. So we'll pop that out. Now on this particular model, this is a prototype, the crown doesn't come out very far. And it may just be that the crown stem was clipped a little shorter than usual on this particular piece. The movement inside here is an NH35, so just a nice workhorse movement. And when you're setting the time, it's a little stiff, but not bad at all. I don't mind that. That is great. Pop that back in. And we'll wind this thing up. Winding it feels nice. It's just your workhorse movement in there again. We'll pop that back out. And you can see that it hacks. And the handset that they chose for this build is great. Those are so cool looking. They're like half sword hands and half syringe hands there. And the length is really great. The minutes hand goes right into the minutes track, and the hour hand just about reaches those indices. And that seconds hand looks really sharp. The dial design on this is really cool. I like the Firefly logo. There's not a whole lot of text on there, just a couple lines and the logo there. The font on the indices is great, and all the little markers outside of the indices are also loomed. I like the 3 marks at the 12 o'clock. Those are pretty cool. This is just a nice, classy field watch dial design. Let me slide this off so we can look at the case back. So there's still a sticker on here, so it looks kind of ugly here. But when that is removed, it'll be just a sterile, polished case back and screw down. The lugs are a little bit snug, but you can see that even this thick strap will go through there. I put on the Hamilton Khaki Field strap, which has a bit of leather around the holes, and it fit through here as well. So the lug tightness here isn't bad at all. The lume on this watch is great, so let's charge it up and take a look at that. So you can see it glowing even in the light here, and there's a couple different shades there. Let's take this over to a dark part of the room. That lume is so cool. I love how the numeral markers are sort of a bluish color and the rest are green. They reflect really well off of that rehaut. That is cool. That's some great lume on there. I love it. Alright, so let me take the space view off and I'll show you what this watch looks like when you're wearing it. Here is the Firefly on my 7-inch wrist. That sliding keeper is really cool. I love that idea. So when I fold this strap under like that, I can slide the keeper down instead of trying to fuss with it tucking as much as possible in there, if that makes any sense. But usually that's kind of a challenge to just kind of squish that into there. But this watch looks so cool. This thing is a little beast. What a tank. It seriously feels kind of like the Marathon G-SAR, which I owned a while ago. And that thing just felt indestructible. I definitely have to get one of these watches. So cool. And if you're looking to pick and choose different components of this in a custom watch that you're building, these are all just brilliant. And I understand that they'll be also making cases in 38 millimeters and probably dials to fit those as well. But definitely reach out to them. Again, the link is in the description below. They're really great guys and their watches are amazing. I'll be getting my Smiths back from a friend of mine soon. And when I do, I want to put this side by side with all the field watches that I own, and we'll see how they compare to one another. As for the specifications on this particular case, it is a 36 millimeter case size. The lug width is 20 millimeters. It is 12 millimeters in height. The lug to lug is 44 millimeters. With this particular build, like I mentioned, the movement inside it is an NH35. And this case is water resistance rated to at least 70 meters. And I believe the crystal on here is sapphire. So there you have it, the amazing Firefly field watch. And I'm hoping that in a few months this particular build will still be available because I'm probably going to have to add one to my collection. There's actually a void in the field watch segment of my collection that this would fit perfectly in, and that is an automatic field watch. I have a quartz one and a couple manual winders, but not an automatic one. Thanks for watching.